Let me make this shit real simple. I own you, nigga.
When will y'all realize we don't live normal lives? Seriously. Drew, I need you to man the fuck up, okay? You're not gonna be an NBA housewife. And Diana, let's stop pretending you're some college sorority chick, all right?
You know what? Fuck both of them. They're never gonna see us coming.
So for today's topic, I was hit with a very interesting topic for this video on, will Diana actually turn into like Raquel? Because we know that the comparisons is somewhat strong now. It's somewhat strong because, you know, Diana's already been molded by, you know, both Lorenzo and Monet to, like, you know, be ruthless and, you know, learn to manipulate and learn certain things about the game, certain aspects of the game. So we've already learned that. And then for Raquel, you know, she's always in control. She's always in control, and she's very ruthless. As I've already titled her, the Devil of Southside. And we don't even know in the timeline if Raquel is actually alive or dead. Despite a lot of people are saying that, no, she's still alive. She's still alive. But it's just like, well, there's no evidence. There's no proof to any of those claims if she's still, like, alive or dead. So I'm kind of wondering, like, is she still alive or dead? And also, when it comes down to, like, the comparisons between, like, Lulu and Drew, see, it's kind of strong because even in the first season, even towards like this third season, where Drew still had like a thing for Everett, despite Everett was just like, you know, he was leaving, he was going to be focusing more on his basketball career. And when he was late, I guess for that whole meeting or dinner thing, and he was just like, you know, upset about it, but he didn't really have a choice. And it's the same thing with Lulu, where Lulu doesn't really have a choice either. He's more stuck because, as we seen in the last season, where Rock was just like, I own you, despite Lulu saying he didn't want to be a part of the game anymore. He really wanted to focus on his music rather than like still stay in the game. But it's just like, again, this is drug money. All of this stuff that you're doing it's really related to drug money. Like, what would you actually do if you didn't have this? So it puts Lulu in a really tough situation. But and for Drew's case, it's more like it was the same way, because remember when Kane basically had that little argument with them both, where he was just like, well, Drew, you're not gonna be like a stay-at-home wife, and Diana, you ain't gonna be no cheerleader. You know, you ain't gonna be in school like that. Like, you're gonna be in this game. There is no, oh, I want to like dip out or whatever. Like, no, you're gonna stay in this game. So that's why it just like, it does like throw things into like a disarray for them both, because now that everything is being pinned on Tariq, that he was responsible for like Monet's shooting, it's going to be a lot of things that's going to actually happen. And for Raising Kanan season 3, well, yeah, for season 3, it's going to be like, okay, Camacho's death. Like, Mr. Camacho's death is just some like, okay, like what happened there, even though we know that Lulu beat the hell out of him. No, strangled him, I should say. He strangled him in Death Row Records. He strangled him in Bulletproof Records and shit. So that's going to be a whole thing in the next season. But I always wondered, when it comes down to like Drew and Lulu, like their characters is very similar. And we're always going to be wondering like, okay, one's going to have trouble with the law in the next season, and the other one is kind of going to be on the offense of a lie that he's kind of covering up. So, and we don't even know their futures. That's the thing. Like, we know that in the future, they're all wiped out. Kanan's family, wiped out. There's no, they're not even around. We don't even know, except for Rock, because, again, her future is undetermined. We don't know if she's alive or dead. But everybody else, like Marvin, Lulu, his cousins, like, what's going on there? It seems like they all gone. So we kind of already know their future is not going to be looking too good. But for the Tejada's family, we've only known that 2 people is actually dead so far. Zeke's gone, Lorenzo's gone. So now it's only 4 of them left. So are they going to have that same fate that Kanan's family had? Like that same fate where it's only going to be maybe one sole surviving member? And, you know, y'all can put your comments down below. Like, who do you actually think is going to be like the sole surviving member of the Tejada family? Because you got Drew, you got Diana, you got Kane. And I even throw in Monet as well. You even have in Monet. Like, you can say all 4 of them are potential candidates, but I'm leaning on to, I would say Kane, because again, Kane is like the fan favorite. Everybody loves Kane, but then they could surprise us and be like, oh, Kane can actually die next season. But strongly possible, but I mean, the way how Diana is moving, it's very possible that she could actually be like the sole surviving member of the Tejada family. Now, will she take over? Who knows, right? Because her whole mission was to like get out. Like, she didn't want to be a part of the game anymore. She didn't want to be a part of it, but Monet just said that, no, you're going to be a part of this game and you have no choice. So being forced into something that you didn't want to be a part of in the first place is going to make you more of a dangerous person out of everybody. Because the real question that we should really be talking about here is what's going to be Diana's first kill? That's going to be like the real question, because everybody else already gotten a kill off. Brayden finally got his first kill. Everybody got their first kill except for Effie. Effie doesn't really have her first kill yet. Maybe not too well. Her past is kind of like still murky. Maybe in her past she probably did something that was off screen and we don't know about. But again, I think she hasn't really committed any murder quite yet. So I'm thinking like if Effie does betray Kane for Tariq, because again, Effie and Tariq has like history with each other. Has really strong history with each other. So if she was to betray Kane for Tariq, I mean, she could probably do it herself, because remember when they had that conversation in the stairwell where she was just, you know, she still had little feelings for Tariq, but then that's when Effie was explaining like, no, me and Tariq, like, we different, like it's the way we move, but Diana's moving even more crazier. So if she was to betray Kane, then hey, there's a possibility that she could probably, you know, do something about it. But again, we don't even know what Diana's first kill can actually be. But I had like a video about some ideas of, you know, which was last week, about, you know, what Diana could potentially be doing and this and that. But I mean, hey, killing a family member, I mean, that's always on the table. I'm just saying, like I said before, if she was to try to save herself, and you know, I mean, that option is kind of like still on the table. I mean, I don't know, because Diana is, you know, she's gonna be moving kind of crazy. But again, we don't even know what's her first kill. We don't even know what her first kill can be, because it's open season, but everybody's on the field. So I'm just saying, like, we don't even know what her first kill is gonna be. But that's what I'm saying, is just like, for her to even go forward with this darker path, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be quite something though, because I don't think people is not gonna really expect it to come from Diana. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna, until the truth gets exposed. But I don't think people is gonna really see Diana like that. Like, until something happens, then sure. But no, I think that everybody's gonna be caught off guard and be like, yo, wait a minute, Diana? Yo, she actually did this shit? Like, whoa, I didn't expect you to do this. And be like, yo, I did it. I fucking did it. Because everybody's gonna have a point to prove. So basically, like, the future between like the Tejada family and Raquel's family is kind of like somewhat similar with each other. Now, the only thing I would say is that despite like Raquel's manipulations over her entire family, like Kanan, Lulu, Marvin, you can see it's the same way with like Monet, where her manipulations, oh boy, got people killed. You know, people's dads was murked outside. So it was just like, you know, it's kind of there, and it's going to only drive the person to be much more darker, as we're going to see in the next season of Raising Kanan, where all of that stuff that Raquel was doing, her lies, her manipulations, is going to make Kanan to be the Kanan that we all know him to be, slowly but surely. And then for Diana, it's going to be the same way. It's going to be the same way. It's only going to make her even more darker. And I feel like if it does going to make her this type of way, she can actually manipulate both she could basically manipulate both Kane and Drew for her own benefits. She could basically manipulate them both. But if the truth comes out, I don't really see her manipulating Kane that much to a degree, because Kane is really, you know, mama's boy for Monet. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know about Kane, but Drew, I think is going to be the fucking bait. Because like I said last week, this man is too emotional. This man is too emotional. Like, he's going to be open fucking season, fucking target. He's basically going to be open target for everybody. So it's just like, no, he's fucking soft. Oh, yeah. But comment down below on who do you actually think is going to be like the sole surviving member of the Tejada family. That's the one thing I'm more curious about. Like, who's going to be like the sole surviving member out of the 4 of them? Because everybody's leaning on Kane because Kane is kind of like the fan favorite. I'm leaning on him too. I really am. I'm really leaning on him. I'm kind of leaning on Monet. And I might be leaning on Diana. I'm leaning on those 3. I don't know about Drew. I really don't, because Drew, the man who's supposed to be the smartest and the one to take over, doesn't seem like he's going to be the guy that's going to be taking over. While you're looking at Kane. Kane looks very potential to be the one to take over. And then you're going to have the diamond in the rough that's going to be Diana, who's going to be like the most dangerous one out of them all. So I think she could be slowly becoming the new Devil of Southside. I'm starting to look at it now. She probably might be the next come up person that might be slowly becoming like the Devil of Southside and is going to be the one to take over everything. I believe so. She probably might be like, listen, Monet still have to go after what she did, but I think she's going to be the one to like solely take over everything. And they're not going to see it coming. Nobody's not going to see it coming. Probably the only person that's going to know about it is going to be when the truth gets exposed. But nah, Diana definitely going to be moving crazy though. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, if she's the one standing on that rooftop wearing red or whatever and just looking down on the city, I'm like, oh, it's over. It's over. Tejada family, you're done. But again, if they share that similar fate, like how the Thomas family's gonna have that fate in raising Kanan, where they all wiped out, hey, it's very possible. But comment down below who you think is gonna be like the main survivors. But like, comment, subscribe, and share. I catch you all in the next one.